Hello, 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 hello. It's good to see everybody back, man. The podcast, Tell the Truth. We're going to bring some heat. I'm talking about some serious heat today, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. But I got to first introduce my partner here, man. My partner to my left, man. We ain't hooked up in about 2 or 3 weeks, man. We've been busy.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, my brother. Yes, sir. Anyway, man, to my left, my host, man, you know, he goes by a couple of names, man. Uncle Billy, when he cooking for the family. But we on the show with me, man, he go by Bowtie Bill. What's going on, Bowtie Bill?
Nothing much, man. I'm glad to be back in the house.
Man, it's good to see you in the house, man. It's good to see you in the house, bro. Right. Hey, man, we got our first guest tonight, so check this out. Hey, we're going to do something different tonight. You know, we calling this episode, this is Tell the Truth After Dark.
Okay.
We got the solo cups. we got the solo cups. We got it popping off tonight, baby. It's about to get good. I know y'all see a third guy in the studio. This brother right here, it's about to get hot. If you are a Cowboy fan, you want to stay for this. If you are a true Cowboy hater like your boy, that's right, Chitown Neal, you want to stay for this. This man to our left, man, our first guest on the Tell the Truth podcast, man. This brother been covering the Dallas Cowboys for 14 years. So he knows way more than us. But if he don't agree with me, he's still wrong, Billy. He's still wrong, Billy. No other than my buddy Calvin Watkin, man. Y'all, let's give it up for him. Let's give it up for him, man. Calvin, what's going on, baby, man?
What's going on?
Man, nothing much. It's about to get hot and hectic, man, up in here. Just before we get right to the shenanigans, man, I want people, how long you been like reporting in general, man, before we talk about the Cowboys? How long you been reporting, my brother?
I've been reporting for about, I'd say, over 25 years. Like, I've worked in Atlanta, New York, Pittsburgh, and now here in Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. I moved here from Pittsburgh in '99.
Okay.
And I was covering high school for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Then the morning news gave me a $10,000 raise.
Okay.
So I bounced.
It's all about that bag.
About that money, huh? You got a little money. They never give me a laugh.
And I think I was there just long enough at the Star-Telegram. I didn't have to pay them back moving expenses. Because, because
bring the mic up. We'll make sure everybody hear this. Bring the mic a little closer to you.
In your deal.
There you go, yeah.
In your deal, when they move you got to work with the company at least a year. If not, you got to pay that money back. So I just barely made the threshold.
366 days.
I might have owed them like $150 that they never got. But it's what it is. Yeah. So I went to the morning news in 2000.
Right.
And I was there for about 8 years, and I got hired by ESPN. And I was there for about 8 years at ESPN, and I got laid off. Then I moved to New York to cover the Jets for Newsday. And I came back in maybe 2015, 2016, something like that. So, yeah, I guess I'm a Texan.
Oh, my God, man. You serious? You're a Texan, huh? Okay.
Not really, but just because I've been here longer.
Yeah, a lot of transplants, man.
Yeah.
A lot of transplants.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. You might be a Texan, but I know who your favorite team really is.
No, you do. You know a lot about me.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, who's your favorite team?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
Who's your favorite team?
I
know who you cover, but who's your favorite team?
I mean, I have favorite teams in different sports. So ask me what sport.
We're talking about the NFL.
Football.
We're talking about thank you, Billy. Go, Bowtie Billy.
Football, I like the Steelers.
Oh, so you didn't know that.
Man.
I did not tell him that. See, I wanted him to hear that. He did not know that.
He didn't know that?
His favorite team is the Steelers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his favorite team.
Here we go.
And he loves the Steelers.
Here we go.
He loves.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
So y'all original. Here we go. Y'all original. Here we go. All right, Dak.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So I knew you did not know that, Bowtie Bill. How you feel about that, man?
Man, great, man. I always good to have a yens in the building.
Oh my goodness! So now that we got you off the hot seat, Calvin, you know. Let me take a sip on this one. You know what we got to talk about, man.
Tell the truth out the dark.
That's why we call the show, right, Bowtie Bill?
Absolutely,
Tell the truth.
Man.
And tonight is Tell the Truth Out the Dark. You got to tell the truth, my brother, man. So we got to ask you a couple of questions, man. Let's go ahead and just talk about last week.
Me or Bill?
Don't
BT
worry.
Bill.
No, I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna talk to. When I say your name, when I say your name, you gonna know who I'm talking to.
Okay.
All right. So
Let me know.
Multi Bill, we're gonna give him off the hot seat for a minute, man. We gotta talk about that Cowboy game last week.
Miami.
Yeah, the Dolphins. I thought that was a very interesting matchup because both teams, to me, are paper champs, how you like to call them. They haven't really beat any good teams, even though the Cowboys have beat Seattle and Philadelphia.
Right.
But Miami was 0-3. I'm going to give you the floor, my brother. What was your thoughts on that game, man?
Man, first of all, it was a great game, to be honest with you.
Facts.
You know, the Cowboys had their opportunities in the first drive, right? For whatever reason, Mike McCarthy gonna put in a fullback from I think he came from South Dakota State, right? South Dakota State.
Calvin, do you know where he's from?
Yeah.
Calvin don't even know where he's from.
He came from South Dakota State.
I ain't talking to that boy all year.
Right? And Mike McCarthy put him in. Okay,
hold on. Calvin, you ain't talked to that dude all year, Calvin.
In the previous.
Hold on. Is he serious?
Let me tell you something. I have a policy, okay? I have a policy. I talk to people who play. Okay? It's like in basketball,
Right.
there's like a 15-man roster, right? In the
Okay,
NBA.
right.
So there's about only 6-7 guys you need to care about.
Right.
In the NFL, it's a 53-man roster.
Right.
Active roster. There's only about 14 guys that you really need to care about. You know?
Okay.
It's quarterback.
That's your scout.
No. It's just the quarterback.
Okay.
And that team, we Brandon Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Dak,
Okay.
Marcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Stephon Gilmore,
Okay.
Jaron
Bland.
Curse, Trayvon Diggs.
Okay.
Diggs don't talk that much. I like Tony Pollard, but he's a bad quote. So I need to talk to people going to help me.
Ah,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like,
We're getting that
I'll
behind
talk-
the scene action.
I'll
Okay.
talk to Zach Martin. I'll talk to Tyler Smith.
Right.
Tyron Smith, the left tackle. He don't talk a lot, but he talks to me because we have mutual friends
Right.
out in these streets. We have mutual friends.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and that's basically about it.
Okay.
You know, real talk. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going to spend time with you if you're not on the field.
Okay.
You're
All right.
wasting my time. You know,
All right.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
No,
A lot of sense.
I thought you just wasn't doing your job.
I got a job to do. No. Today, there's a couple other guys I talked to that are good guys.
Okay.
Like Oso Digazua, he's a good kid.
All right.
Right.
So I talked to him. So we were talking about something off the record, but there was this backup offensive lineman who I had never spoken to since he walked in the door.
Okay.
I didn't know who he was. Kept looking. I was like, oh, yeah, that's Brock Hoffman. Okay. And so he got into our conversation, but it was okay. It's all good. But we were talking about something about holding calls.
Okay.
And then one of the Cowboys players got popped today for marijuana, Rashad Evans. So we were talking about that, the three of us, about marijuana and all that. One of the players said, yo, guys get high every day. Even the star players. I don't know what's going on with the
He
NFL.
dry snitching.
You know, everybody's smoking weed. I said, I know. So
Now this was on the record, right?
no, this is off the record.
Wait, it's on the record right
It's on the road. We got him. Tell the truth. We ain't editing this. We're not editing this. We are not editing this. It's on the record now.
You said tell the truth. That's what you said, man.
All right, we listening.
So we had our little conversation, and that was it. So, but for people to do my job, there's about 10 or 12 people I talk to.
Right.
Hunter Lepke is not one of them. I wanted to talk to him yesterday, and I saw him came through the locker room, and I was running my mouth with one of the PR guys. I was like, because he fumbled at the goal line.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk to him about that because what happened on that play.
So now you finally want to interview him. Now you want to finally interview him.
Well, you just want to talk. Yeah. If you screw up, yeah, let's talk.
So you ain't interviewed him all year.
But not only that, that was a major play.
It was.
Game.
Going back to your
So
what you was talking about.
I see why you want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Find out what happened, right?
Yeah.
But now here where
And I talked to the kicker a little bit.
I'm sorry,
he made
fellas.
32. He made a record, NFL record. But that's.
I think that's shady though.
You
You ain't talked to the dude all year, but when he F up, I'm on your ass. I want to talk to
I
you.
want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Yes, sir.
Right. Because now after hearing what you just said and disclosed, now when I think back on it, Mike McCarthy, he was doing sequential play calling, right?
Right.
So because he gave that number 40, whatever his name is, from South Dakota State, who fumbled on the goal line, he gave him the ball on third. He gave him the ball.
yeah, whatever.
He gave him the ball on the third down play. He got a first down.
He got two first downs.
He got two first downs
on that drive.
Okay.
Right? But now on the money down, right? When the stakes are high on the goal line, now he fumbled the ball and still chopping his feet, man. Like, what are you doing, bro?
But come on, you already know.
You don't have the ball.
Well, here's what happened on that
Bow
play.
tie Bill, you know how I feel.
But even prior to that, Tony Pollard, respectfully, is light in the ass.
Oh, I'm gonna get to all of that.
Deshaun Elliott,
when I get
weighs
the floor,
210 pounds, arm tackling him, University of Texas Longhorn, by the way, right? He arm tackling him, and the ball didn't cross the goal line, right? So,
if I don't agree with you, I cut y'all. I'm gonna tell you a lot of stuff, but you got the floor first.
And then on the following play, the number 40 fumbles, or whatever the case may be. Now, I can get into a whole nother other ordeal about, man, I just think that the NFL is rigged.
Okay, come on, don't start that. Don't start that. We'll do that on another podcast. We'll hold another podcast. Don't start here. Bottom line is, I'll ask you your thoughts on that particular game. What else did you?
Okay, right. And so, CeeDee Lamb got hot, right? Miami went down and scored. Cowboys came right back on the following drive. CeeDee scored. CeeDee had 4 catches for 98 yards in the first quarter.
First quarter.
And then went silent second and third quarter.
Who follows that? You know I'm going with this.
Well, first of all, in the first quarter, they were using him in formation variations, right? Meaning that he was an X receiver, wide receiver, Z receiver.
They was moving him around.
Right.
And Ramsey was not following him, which is very surprising.
Right. Exactly.
But we guru. We know we're looking at. See, you fans don't know how they get over. Why they get over
the whole game.
Exactly.
He got on him a little bit, but it wasn't like
it was him or Howard.
Right, because if you watch the TV tape of the game, Greg Olsen said, after that first quarter, he said, I'm expecting Ramsey to go pick him up.
We all was.
And that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
That didn't happen. No.
So they had no reason not to get away from
him. They had Howard on him. They had Ramsey on him.
I'm going to let you finish, Billy. But because the fact that they were not following him, they had no reason to stop going to Lamb. But I'm going to be quiet. It's still your floor, Billy.
And then
you already know what my answer is.
After the first quarter, Mike McCarthy, for whatever reason, made him static.
Who did again?
Mike McCarthy.
Who say his name again?
Mike McCarthy made him static, right?
I know you said it right.
He wasn't going to different positions anymore, right? He wasn't. And then he caught, in the second half, he caught 2 passes for 25 yards, something like that. 25 yards, 28 yards, something like that.
With Ramsey not following him.
Right, bro. That was the game right there. And then the defense, they had a heck of a game until the last drive. The defense, right? When they needed to make a play, when they needed to stop Miami, they couldn't.
I agree, man. So I'm gonna go next on this, and then I'm gonna let Calvin go last. So,
sure.
I know a lot of people be like, who these guys? And a lot of people that start watching our show, they're like, man, these dudes actually know what the heck they're talking about. Calvin is around me a lot. I'm at Cigar Bar. We be hanging out and stuff, and he at football talking. Like, Neal actually know a little bit what he talking about. But he never want to admit to the guys that, I be wrong. I'm right, because then that gets them even more pissed off. Why he laughing? But he'll look at me and be like, Neal be more right than wrong. I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna break it down in 2 minutes. I'm gonna get the floor to Calvin, man.
Absolutely.
You already know. I've said this when we first started the podcast. Cowboys got top 5 talent in the NFL, if you ask me.
Okay.
So you already know how I feel about it. I'm blaming the coach, not the coacher. I'm blaming the coach. Okay, there's no reason why they should have lost that game. And everybody know I do not like the Cowboys. Calvin, I don't like the Cowboys. No. But the part of having a podcast is, even if you're not a big favor of a certain team, you have to call it how you see it.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. That's why we call the podcast that. Tell the truth, Yeah, makes sense.
Trying to follow protocol.
Yeah.
Tell him about the locker room. Tell him to follow protocol.
So my thing is that everything Billy just said, CeeDee come out there just tearing their behind out the frame. I thought Ramsey was going to follow all day, and he didn't. So now it's like, then oh, he's just going to go nuts. The Cowboys are smart enough to move him around to the slide, bunch formation, all this type of stuff, and then he stopped. Okay? The thing about the whole the running back, Pollard, thank you. That, what you're saying, I agree with you. You know, the Cowboys, to me, did not have a big battering ram. That's why I believe they have some problems in the red zone scoring on 3rd and 1. If that was Zeke, yeah, it would have fell forward. So let's say they didn't want Zeke. They want to save money. Okay, well, guess what? You could have just got my man what's the big running back?
Derrick Henry.
No, the dude, somebody sitting at the crib, Calvin. Was it Blunt? What's his name? Not Blunt. He was sitting at the crib. Somebody just picked him up, a formidable team. Buffalo. Buffalo. Yeah.
He was in. He used to be in Tampa.
Yeah, so now he with Buffalo now.
Right.
Okay, they could have did that. Gave him a quick $2 million and tell you, look, you know you ain't gonna never play, but in goal line situations, I'm being serious.
And all of it's not guaranteed because he came after the season started. So
that's my point.
He getting paid per game.
A veteran that knows he's doing something like that. So I'm looking at coaching. I say culture. You know, I'm talking about Jerry from that point of view. But you know, I'm not surprised that they lost that game. We ain't even touched on the Buffalo game. Talking about the run defense and stuff like that. Cowboy fans feel like their defense is amazing.
266 yards that game, man. They yielded.
Dude, if you go and look at the Cowboys' offense, man, a lot of touchdowns they score at home is on defense. It's not really an actual offense. Offense is averaging 20 points on the road. At home, they're averaging 40 because they get a lot of turnovers and picks. So
front running.
Golden
State Warriors over the NFL.
I just want to say this last point. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We say it's strong. Yeah. And we live in Dallas. Let me just say this last part. I'm gonna give the floor to Calvin.
Sure.
That Philadelphia game, bow tie bill, they gave them boys, talking about the fans. They really thought like, oh yeah, we're going to Super Bowl. We won by 20. And the reason why I laughed is that I never seen a team win by 20, but they really never was just dominating. They won the game. They wasn't dominating. Domination to me is when they took their behind the Buffalo and only had 98 yards going into the fourth quarter. Okay, if you look at...
Dak had 56 yards
hold on.
Going into the fourth quarter.
If you look at that Philadelphia game, yeah, they beat them by 20.
Mm-hmm.
There was interceptions, let's say sack, the quarterback, and the quarterback fumble. I'm not going to say they fluky. Turnovers. I'm not trying to hit on Cowboys like that. But 2 of the turnovers, Philadelphia was moving the ball, and it was inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. The third one was another fumble. Not like a pick six or hit the quarterback fumble. Hurst was running, and they strip him from the back. And he fumbles on the 35-yard line. I'm like, y'all are aware that your defense was getting that ball moved on them.
But one thing I can't say about that
at home, though.
Yeah, but one thing I can't say about that.
My last point is this. I'm not blaming Dak. I'm just saying, I'm talking about the fans right now. The fans were really feeling themselves out of that game. And I'm like, y'all won
by the Philly game.
Yeah, after the Philly game. And I'm like, y'all won by 20. But to me, it wasn't no dominating 20. And then he went to Buffalo. They dominated y'all. And then Miami, Mike McCarthy wet the bed and gave that game away. So that's my recap on the Cowboys last 3 weeks. My fault. Go ahead, Calvin, man. What's your thoughts on the game from Thursday? From past week with Miami? And then overall recap the last 3 weeks on the Cowboys. Your thoughts, man.
Let's go back to Miami.
Okay,
sure.
All right.
I picked Miami to win that game. Because Miami's 6-1 at home. Okay? And Cowboys have struggled on the road for whatever reason.
Right.
So let's go over some of your points. Pollard. Before Pollard, the fullback.
Oh, yeah.
He gets the ball, hits him right here. The fullback said he thought Dak pulled it. Because if you remember, the fullback is 2 yards in the end zone.
He was still chopping without the ball.
Because he's thinking this is a fake, so let me sell the fake and let me go in the end zone.
Okay.
You know
So
what
a lot
I'm
of
saying?
people didn't see that, right? A lot of people didn't see that. I saw that.
in
He's still
the end
chopping
zone.
without the ball.
That's a touchdown. But he thought Dak pulled it. But Dak hit him like right up here, I think.
He hit him kind of high. If you ask me, it was kind of high.
It was kind of high.
Yeah, it was kind of high.
Originally, I thought it hit him in the belly.
No, it was kind of high.
But it was kind of high.
No, it was like right up here.
Because he's like this, and going here, and it comes down, and Dak's like, oh, and they lose it. Pollard. Okay, remember, he's running off the edge. Go to the corner.
Go to the pylon.
Go
Run
to the
pylon.
pylon. So he cuts inside. Ferguson doesn't really give him a good block. And then, but like you said, he's lighting the ass. You got to run that boy over. He's running back.
Yep.
Okay, this ain't flag football.
He won't tackle him.
Okay, he spun him around, and Pollard's like, I'm in the end zone. No, the ball's over here. The end zone's over here. Because today Pollard was like, I should have got in on that. And there was another play, the first running play of the game. We were looking at this. It was another stretch play. Pollard, I thought, should have kept going out to the boundary.
Right.
But he cut inside.
Correct.
And he got like 5 yards out of the play. And me and my colleague, we were looking at it, and we both agreed he's not as fast as he was last year.
I was going to say the same thing from the surgery. Early this year, I felt like Pollard was even slower, and he actually, in the last couple of games, started looking fast. The only one play this year will kind of remind me of Pollard. When Dak had that one scramble when they played against the Chargers, and he threw Pollard that one pass, and he took it off like about 50, 60 yards. It was in L.A. He wasn't supposed to go to Pollard. It was a broken play. And that's the one time. But he's still, to me, like he's 100%. But
that game, I was like, so now I'm thinking back, I'm like, he's not as fast as he was last year. You know?
And Pollard is not a 25 carry back.
That's okay.
No.
That's okay. There's very few guys are in this league.
Yeah, nowadays.
Like this weekend, they're going to play Detroit. They got two backs. The team they just played
Jameer
got
David
two backs.
Montgomery, yeah.
So, right. So, it is what it is. So, there's another play, a simple play. Remember Brandon Cooks had one, he was supposed to, the little dump off, and if he runs straight to the pylon, he gets in the end zone.
Oh, you talking about yes.
They caught his ass,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know, now he's a big guy, but still.
They still caught him.
Where's your speed? We got you because you said you're a fast guy. You 50 years old. You said I'm so fast. Well, get your ass in the end zone then. You're off the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was another. There was like two plays where you say, "Where's your speed?" The Dolphins got speed. The Dolphins got. There was a play. Tyreek Hill. He made a little move on Gilmore, and then Kurtz was about to knock his head off, and he hit the ground. But where's your speed?
Right.
You know, Miami's just better than them.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. I mean, you could say
On the road.
The defense gave up 5 field goals. That means they're plus territory.
Right.
If I'm correct on the math. And the last drive, you got to make a play, bro.
Not only that, but
Dak was clutch in getting them the lead in the fourth quarter.
He was.
So defense, get the ball back. There was a 3rd and 2. Miami gets it. The game's over.
I'm gonna blame Dan Quinn now.
Yeah.
Once they got in negative territory, meaning the Cowboys, once the Cowboys got on their side of the field,
Yeah.
right? Dan Quinn should have been dialing up plays because now, okay, Miami get the ball with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left, right? And they drive down the field, eating up clock. Now, clock is your enemy, right?
All day long.
Clock is your enemy.
All day long.
So now, okay, I'm gonna let Tyreek. Well, Waddle was out the game because he injured himself.
Yeah, high ankle. Yeah.
High ankle sprain, right?
And before that, DeMarcus poked him in the eyes, and they're dirty.
Right.
They're dirty.
Right. So
It's dirty game business. Sorry.
right. So I'm gonna let Mostert run 40 yards. I'm gonna let A-Chain run 50 yards. I'm gonna let Tyreek Hill catch a 30-yard bomb touchdown so we can get the ball back and the clock. But the one thing I cannot do is allow you to drive downfield methodically, right? Eat up the clock and get first downs.
Right.
So that's on Dan Quinn.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. What's Dan Quinn's position?
Defense coordinator.
No.
No, he's D-line coach. He's D-line.
There it is.
D-line
I keep telling you, the Cowboy problem is coaching. You're making my point. I'm quiet during this segment. I keep telling you, it ain't the coach. It ain't the talent. It's coaching. You ask me.
For you.
All right, go ahead. Ask the brother.
Why is Dak so different at home versus road?
You got to look at the opponents. Okay, so the first road loss was at Arizona. Cowboys always have problems in Arizona. going back to when Romo was a quarterback. It's just what it is. Sometimes that's how sports is. You guys
Jason
know
Garrett
that.
froze his own chicken in Arizona.
Right. It's just something about up there.
dog.
Maybe they're in Scottsdale the night before. It's like in the NBA when teams used to go to Atlanta, they used to lose their minds and the Hawks would beat them. Right? Same thing in Miami.
Miami, right?
Something about Arizona, you go back. All right?
Oh my God.
They're not as good as San Francisco. Okay? When they beat the Giants are no good. They beat the Giants in the opener. They beat them like 40-0.
Yeah, all three phases.
Right. So then they lose. Then they lose in Philly. Philly was beating them up because remember Philly got. I think they were scoring 14-0 in the third.
Yeah, to my
And
Cowboys.
that score really wasn't that. The score looked close, but it really wasn't that close.
If
Right.
you ask me, nobody talk about it. That Philly game, the Dallas game in Philly,
In Philly.
they did a good job doubling Brown. But
Right, they took him out. Yes.
right, that game changed though. That game changed when Dallas Gerber, the tight end, got hurt. When he got hurt, they wasn't able to move no more. If that's just my 2 cents in it. When he got hurt, because they already was taking care of Brown already, so now your second best option is gone. So now you only got to worry about the little skinny dude from Alabama. What's his name?
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae
I like
Smith.
him. I like him.
I like him, but that night he just wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get what you're saying. You're breaking down the opponents they played on the road. But go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
Then they lose. They go to Buffalo.
No.
Now-
They beat Carolina.
That's like being a high school team. Okay.
Wait a minute. Say that again. That's like being what?
Being a high school team.
He said the Cowboys beat a high school
Cowboys,
team.
Cowboys disrespected them so bad. They made an announcement that Jimmy Johnson going in the Ring of Honor in their stadium. I mean,
Wait
come on,
a
bro.
minute. He said, wait a minute. They announced that Jimmy Johnson was going to the Ring of Honor.
Carolina.
In
In
Carolina
Carolina,
game.
man.
And they
In
said,
Charlotte.
wow, that's disrespectful. You ain't never
So now
lied.
you get to Buffalo, and going in, we thought it was going to be snowing. It's going to be 2 degrees, and it was nothing. It was like
just rain.
It was like in the 30s, rain and wind. That's okay.
Right.
You football player, that's what you're supposed to play in. That like you playing golf.
That's easy for Buffalo.
Right. The Cowboys are like, this is great. Even Mike McCarthy said, we lucked out.
Right.
Ain't 10 feet of snow on the ground.
Right.
We have to wear, we good.
Right.
Buffalo. Buffalo's
Were they
a
good?
team.
Were they good that night? What
No, they
happened?
were not good that night, sir. Now, Buffalo, I think, is a good team. They just, remember they switched coordinators. I think they switched coordinators the game before that. They were having some issues. And now they're getting that.
Me and Billy gonna talk about that. Brady, the offensive coordinator, gonna
Right.
cost me to lose some money because Buffalo might
did?
go to playoffs. Yeah, because
Buffalo going to the playoffs, I think.
all season I've been saying Buffalo not going to playoff, but when they got
That's
rid of the
right.
offensive coordinator,
About that, you said that.
yeah, and
We
I was
talked
looking
about that.
good until they made that. But we will talk about that on another podcast. I know Billy waiting to get me on that.
sorry.
But no,
Right.
you good.
I
But-
just have one thing to say in that game. There is one significant play.
What's that?
Talking about the Buffalo game?
Buffalo game,
Okay.
right? When they was on the 20-yard line and they
Okay.
scored a touchdown, James Cook did. Number 73, the left tackle, drove number 33 for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh,
18
God.
yards, didn't
I
he?
wish you'd have told me I would have had that play queued up.
I talked to him, Damone Clark. I talked to him, yeah. That's what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah, that's that Buffalo guy. I know the play you're talking about. Yeah,
That's on film, Doc.
Yeah, we need
That's
to get
on
that.
YouTube.
We need to get that and put it on next time on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we need to have that post up, ready to go.
That's on YouTube Shorts.
I like that.
All right, okay. All right, so we got to go to the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got to have you on record, man. Before you get out of here, got to ask you 2 more questions. Got to ask you, what are you thinking is the Cowboys going to do this Sunday against Detroit? That's a big one. All right. And then, just in general, I'm going to ask you another question about the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. I'm going to come back to that. Look at his face. You want me to go ahead and ask? I'm going to ask you right now. If the Cowboys do not make it to the NFC Championship game, now keep in mind, he don't know I'm going to ask him this, Billy. All right?
I'm listening.
Organic.
This is organic. All right? Look at he rocking back in the chair now. All right. If the Cowboys don't make it to the NFC Championship game,
Here we go. I know it's coming. Go ahead.
told we got a little couple of drinks in you. You know.
I know you was about to. I know him. Go ahead.
Is McCarthy gone?
No, he's not. He's okay. The only way is interesting because okay, check this out. They got 2 left, right? So you want to be playing your best football late in the season, okay? And they're not doing that right now.
Right.
Okay, are we talking to Calvin? Or are we talking to Calvin of the Dallas on the news? You can't really.
No, I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna tell you like
All right,
it is.
okay. I'm gonna be quiet.
No,
Okay.
Because no, he's not going anywhere. You know why?
That's the answer.
He's not going anywhere.
Okay.
The only way you get rid of him is if you go into the playoffs on a 4-game losing streak, and you go to Tampa in the wild card round and you get beat. Now I gotta say, well, wait a minute, maybe you're not the guy I thought you were. Okay, so say they beat Detroit or they lose to Detroit, then they beat Washington or whatever, and they're in the wild card round.
They beat Tampa Bay to lose the second round to Philly or San Fran.
Right,
Division round.
Division round. They're not in the division.
Right,
Not in the NFC.
right.
Okay,
That's right.
Okay.
So before the season started, I said, if he doesn't get out of the division round, this is no different than Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips.
So what changed your mind now?
Well, what changed my mind now is I don't think the owner will do it. So it doesn't matter what I think, it's what they think. That's what's important. So he's not going to do it. And plus, he's like, why?
Are you reporting to give me your analysis?
I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay.
This is what it is.
Billy, he catching on quick. Multi-bill. What you doing? You doing
I'm
what?
telling you the truth.
Tell the truth.
My analysis could be all kinds of things, but this is the truth. This is when you talk to people in the organization and you read it, you go, okay.
The tea leaves.
Right, you read the tea leaves. And plus, check it out. He got $7 million left on his deal. He got this year, next year. No, hold on.
You know Jerry's the money. Come on
listen,
now.
But Jerry, very rarely, not rarely, he's never done it. He has not fired a coach in season.
That's true.
And usually the coach gets to the last year of his deal. When Jason Garrett left, he was in the last year of his deal.
Right.
When Bill left, Bill had a year left on his deal. That was
he
Bill,
decided.
Bill retired.
Right. I give you that.
Campa was done. The only time he regretted getting rid of a coach was Chan Gailey.
Who came from Pittsburgh.
Right.
He was our offense coordinator.
Yes.
Okay, I give you that. So
Chan Gailey.
Short term.
So
what do you think? My fault. You want to say something on that bow tie, Bill? I'm sorry. Go ahead, bow tie.
Man, listen, man. I've always said it, right? And it's running. Okay,
Yes,
the
sir.
meter is running. That regardless what the Cowboys do during the regular season, it's all about the playoffs, right?
Facts. Thank you.
And let me say this for the audience, right? And while I'm saying this, right, hit the subscribe button and your likes for Tell the Truth podcast, right? I'm gonna say this, right? Cowboy fans, in the NFL, there are levels to achievement, goal levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
The coaches are looking to win their division.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then from there get into the dance, and from there win playoff games, and then go to the championship, ultimately the Super Bowl. A lot of Cowboy fans, or a lot of fans in general, just think that, man, our goal is a Super Bowl or bust. No, it's the division, win the division,
Right.
make it to the second round, win playoff games, and then from there is levels, so it's tiers to it. Right?
Understandable.
So we just got to understand that.
But check it out. Check this out. Have you ever been to the Star where the Cowboys practice?
Yes.
When you walk into the Star, right, you walk in, the practice field is right here.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been there just for a high school game. I've not seen the Cowboys
That's
practice.
that's Ford Center.
Right.
You walk to the Star, you see the practice field right here.
Right.
Off to the right is 5 Super Bowl trophies.
Right.
That's what they're playing for. You don't see no NFC East divisional titles. They don't give a damn about that.
Right.
They're playing for Super Bowls. That's all. That's what this is about. They're not the Rangers who are happy to be in the World Series. No, that's what they're playing for. So the fan base, that's their expectations. The Steelers' expectations is the same thing. That's why they're mad at Tomlin.
Yeah.
You know, the Chargers, they have no expectation. You get Chargers. What are we talking about here? You know, right? The Bears have a level of expectations.
We have
so when you don't
our
fulfill
levitation
those
how we win.
expectations, the fan base is going to be mad. They have, you know, they
But
have
I'm just
right.
saying. But
even with expectations, though,
I'm just saying that it's a start. It's a start step to that.
No,
So
what he's trying to say.
we've been waiting since the 90s.
What he's trying to say is that I get what you're saying, but what he's trying to break down to you is that most Cowboy fans, they don't want to hear the stair step. They just want to hear about Super Bowl.
Agreed.
That's,
You know,
that's,
and-
what,
right.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what he's talking
Like
about.
Neal said, they got top 5 talent. Everyone says they got the best talent in the league. I always go, not really, because you ain't done nothing with it. I think Miami got more talent than Dallas. I think Philly got more talent than Dallas. I got San Francisco got more talent than Dallas.
I don't know about the Philly this year,
I
man.
would
Philly
say-
lost
I
a
would-
lot of
check
players
this out.
in free agency.
Check this out. I would say the Jets got a better future than Dallas.
Well, hold on,
Wow,
stop. Hold on. He got to let me rebuttal. No, you had the last rebuttal. I got this rebuttal. Now, go ahead. I'm going to tell you why they don't.
Who?
Now,
You talking about who, the Jets?
The Jets. Now, you already know. I said last year that the Jets has probably one of the best. Their back seven. Their back seven linebackers to DBs. They have one good defensive lineman. They back seven. I said last year's top 5. The reason why I say the Jets can't be and have a future being one of the best because they just a dysfunctional organization, just like my Bears. So until the organization stops shooting themselves in the foot, there's certain people y'all got to see it. Now is the talent there? Yeah, but they just so dysfunctional. Like. Yeah, I know. So I got to kick back just because of their reputation and their past make me be like, you know what I'm saying? So I see the talent. I see the talent, but just your reputation alone, I'm like I don't know.
I'm a Knicks fan, and the front office always messes something up. You
see my point? Yeah. So the talent is definitely
there.
there.
To me, the Jets did the right thing. They got the quarterback. They got Aaron Rodgers. Now he gets hurt 4 plays into the season, and everything is shot to hell. And then the other day, the coach, Robert Saleh, said, we didn't really handle the quarterback situation. Oh, really? Give me some of this money. Let me coach one of these NFL teams. Really? You just figuring that out?
Well, you know what really happened with that. They benched your boy, Zach.
Yeah, he's no good. They benched him last year.
Then Aaron Rodgers went on the McAfee show and kind of lowball said tell him, he said, this is basically a dysfunctional organization. Like, why are we benching this kid?
Figuring it out,
Aaron Rodgers, no, he knew it, but he actually said it finally on the McAfee show. He was like, this is basically a dysfunctional organization.
And
so many words, he basically was saying, why are they benching this kid? He said that, guess what happened next week? He starts, and the Jets, they beat that team 30-0 that day. I forgot who it was. And then this week, I don't know what happened. I guess he got hurt.
Fell
whatever.
back to earth.
Man, you know what? Talent wins your game. Talent plus culture wins your chips.
Right. Yeah, but you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with that. And you know how I feel about coaching. I'm real big on coaching. That's just me. But before we get you out of here, we got to hold your feet to the fire. No, you could. Hold your feet to the fire. Cowboys beating Detroit this Saturday. What?
I've been thinking about that because I've been going back and forth on that because I like Detroit because Detroit should have beat them last year.
Facts.
Yes.
Remember they fumbled the ball on the goal line. Yeah, I remember.
Right.
Trust me, I remember.
Detroit should have won that game last year. Detroit wasn't ready. That was here.
Yeah. In Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'll take the home team.
Okay, you going to take the home team? All right.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, off script.
We've been getting them on that tonight, boy.
What do you think about Michael Parsons and his podcast and how he's chirping about different teams? Like, for an example, he said, San Francisco losing. That was a good Christmas gift. You know what I mean? Him chirping about other teams during the season.
You know what? The interesting thing about Micah, and I like Micah.
Great question. Great question, Bowtie Bill.
A lot of these players, they're controlling their own narratives now. So guys like me, they don't give a damn about what I got to say anymore. So they're saying, okay, Calvin, you can say what you want. You guys can say what you want. I got my own podcast over here. Mm-hmm. And you're seeing a lot more players talk more and more about stuff, and they're getting subscriptions, they're getting the hits, and he's getting paid by Bleacher Report, right?
Yeah,
Bleacher Report.
That's correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I got no problem with that. But you know what? They're gonna see you on Sunday. So you know what I'm saying? And I like Micah, but Micah gets caught up in the say Neal rips Micah, so he gets mad at Neal, and I go Micah, and me and Micah had to talk about this. I said Micah, Neal don't know you. Why are you worried about Neal? Neal's all the way in Atlanta talking about you.
Because I'm a guru.
Right. But Neal has a platform that millions of people can see him. So Micah gets caught up in that, and I go, people are going to talk about you that know nothing about the game. So who cares?
Right.
But they're young, and they get caught up in that.
Yeah.
So he's got his platform, and I got no problem with that. That's cool. As long as he keeps talking to the local media, that's cool. Like Travis Kelce, he got one. Travis
Okay.
Kelce and Jason Kelce, they got a podcast.
The Kelce.
Travis Kelce was going off the other day about how upset he was.
Right.
He was throwing his helmet, and Andy Reid's big ass was bumping him on the sideline. Y'all saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let the skin be a little different. Who knows how that would have been
Right.
taken.
Right.
But he got his own podcast too. So that's good.
Right.
I'm okay with Travis with his podcast. I'm okay with Mike with his podcast because it's player empowerment. They want to talk. They want to control their own narrative because for 1,000 years, guys like me control their narrative.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was talking to the writers in Philly about what's your quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I says every time I see him on TV, he's like, he's so stoic. I'm like, does this dude care? I mean, he doesn't get excited. And he goes, two of the writers I was talking to, one was a white guy, the other guy was a African American. And so they both said, no, he cares. That's just his personality.
Right.
He's just a stoic guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, really? Because, and plus he don't trust the media because he was at Alabama? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was Alabama.
So, Nick Saban, it's like,
Then he ended at Oklahoma. Yeah, he ended at Oklahoma. He ended at Oklahoma. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got this, I don't trust the media. I can never. Right. And it's like, dude, but, you're not, you should be beloved in Philadelphia. Let Dak take the Cowboys to a Super Bowl and lose. He'd be beloved. And you're not beloved in your own town. And you took him to a Super Bowl and lost, but you should be beloved. But because your personality doesn't allow that city, which is
that's breaking news to me. I would think I thought that he was like beloved in Philly.
They like him, but they don't beloved him. They like him, but they don't love him. There's a difference.
Oh, there's a difference.
He the girlfriend, but they won't marry him.
Yeah. But see, you got to be from up there to understand.
No, I got you.
Right.
I got
so
you.
I got you. Like someone wrote a column
that's that East Coast vibe anyway.
Yeah. Like someone like Philly is this. We're the underdogs. We're the second. We ain't no second city to New York.
Rocky mentality.
Rocky, right? They got a statue of Rocky. He don't even. That's a fictional character.
It don't like the quarterback. It don't love the quarterback.
Don't love the quarterback.
It don't love the quarterback.
Right. Like this columnist in Philly, he wrote a column about Brock Purdy. He said if Brock Purdy was in Philly, he'd be beloved. And that a lot of people thought it had some racial overtones too, But I understood where he was coming from.
You're right.
Because Brock Purdy was a little more personable than Jalen Hurts. And Purdy was the last pick of the draft, and Philly's we're the underdogs.
So
we love an underdog.
Yeah, they love underdogs.
They love Romo. Romo was an undrafted guy from Eastern Illinois, Wisconsin. They love him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about being an underdog. Yeah.
Right, they love Romo.
So you got the Cowboys.
Unfortunately. I might change, but...
Bow-tie Bill. Who you got?
Detroit. Come on, man. Why you ask me that question? He asked me that question.
All right, I guess I got to break the tie before we get out of here, man. All right, here's my breakdown for the game. I do think that there's going to be a whole lot of scoring in this game. I do think there's going to be a lot of scoring. Detroit secondary is really not that good. They play a lot of zone, a lot of cover 3, and if they don't get home, then I think Dak can have a field day. So I got to ask you, Calvin, what's the word right now? Tyron Smith. Is he going to play this week?
Left tackle.
The left tackle.
I think so.
Okay.
Is Zach Martin going to play?
Yeah, he played last week.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, so okay.
Right.
Then bingo. So right then and there, this breaks my heart to say, look at Calvin. I don't like them cowgirls. I mean, the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I don't like them at all. I do think, Billy, Bow-tie Bill, hate to let you down.
BT Bill.
Bow-tie Bill, I do think the Cowboys will win this game for several reasons. One, it's at home.
Okay.
Number 2, they lost 2 in a row. I do think they'll come out mad. I think they're going to play pretty good against the run because they're at home, emotion, crowd, and they know, like, hey, we can't lose 3 in a row. If they lose 3 in a row, there's a chance they might lose 4 in a row because there'll really be no need for them to play any of the starters, the last game of the season.
But I think Mike would play him just so he could say, let's finish the season on a positive.
Okay.
But I know what you're saying.
Okay.
But I think Mike would play him at least for a half to say, let's feel good about ourselves.
Good point.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about it, though. Detroit, trust me, I'm from the Midwest. They want to really give it to them Cowgirls. I'm going to tell you right now, they ain't big fans of Cowboys either. They felt like they got away with one last year. And people can laugh all they want. You know, if Detroit wins out, here's something that's crazy. This one more for you, Calvin. You do know that people in Philadelphia is hoping that the Cowboys win this week. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
They want Detroit to get the 2 seed.
There you go. See, it done got personal now. It done got crazy. So if Detroit wins out, they can get the second seed no matter what Philly do.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
But as long as San Francisco don't lose, because they get the 1 seed. Because they all got the same record.
Yeah, I just don't.
San Francisco's good.
They
Well, here's
got to
the
play
thing
the
about
Rams.
the last game of the season.
They got to play the Rams.
They got to play the Rams.
Rams are sneaky good.
Yeah, but San Fran has the Rams number. The Rams only beat them only in the playoffs. So San Fran just something about that. They just got the Rams number, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, yeah, they can. But I mean, come on, San Fran is 9-1 in the NFC conference, and Detroit and Eagles are 7-3 in the conference. So what happens is the second thing that ties it up. I should have had it up, but what breaks the next tiebreaker is strength of schedule wins. And if they beat the Cowboys this week, because the Cowboys have such a good record, it's gonna boost them past Philly on strength of schedule wins. That's why Philly don't want them to win. So my point is that this is a very big game for Detroit. You know, you be the second seed, that means you guarantee at least 2 home games in your house. So, and that point is, it's gonna be close, but I do think the Cowboys. Yeah, Cal. I know
You recording this, right?
Yeah, I'm recording. It's gonna be on the podcast. I'm not
It's gonna be on the podcast.
I'm not gonna edit it. I do think the Cowboys are gonna win, but
I got Detroit.
you gonna write it down.
I have Detroit 37-30.
37-30. Yeah, man. I don't even got no score, man. Cowboys favored by 6.
6.5.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if
They're at home.
They're at home.
Miami was a 1.5 point favorite last week.
Yeah, and they covered.
Close out.
I don't know if the Cowboys gonna cover. I think they gonna win, man. Anyway, before we get up out of here, Calvin, man, we appreciate you, man. We had a
Yes,
class.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Our first host on Tell the Truth. I'm sorry. Our first guest on Tell the Truth, man. After dark. Yeah, man. We ain't adding none of this stuff, man.
Especially after you got me talking about boys talking about weed in the locker room.
Well, man, we about to get out here like Bowtie Bill. What you want the people to do? You want to subscribe? Tell them all the good stuff we need them to do, man.
Subscribe, hit the like button, and subscribe to Tell the Truth Podcast.
All right, man. Well, we about to get on out of here, man. Don't forget, tell the truth, tell a friend, share, do all that good stuff on the YouTube. Let more and more people know about it, the good content that we got going on, man. Calvin, again, pleasure, my brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You ready to roll, man?
Let's roll, man.
Let's get on out of here, man. You guys have a good one now.
Thanks,
Thank you, sir. Excuse me.